Hey guys, so in this video I'm going to show you how to run the 11 and 15 ounce white mug set. You may have a different volume, but don't worry about that, they'll still work in exactly the same way. I'm on Mac here. It doesn't matter if you're on Windows or Mac, the only difference is where you go for your main folder. So because I'm on Mac, I'm going to be looking on the desktop for my main actions folder. If you're on Windows, you're going to be looking in your C drive. Other than that, actually running them and using them is virtually the same, just a little bit of a different look on Windows and Mac. So make sure you've got Photoshop open. First thing I'm going to do, if I just back up, so here's my main folder right here, designsforpod.com actions. Remember, I'm on Mac, so it's desktop. If you're on Windows, you'll probably be looking down the side here to find your C drive. Go into your main folder, go into Art PSDs and open up your 2800 by 3200 PSD in Photoshop. I just double clicked it there to open it. You can right click and open with Photoshop. Also, if you've got Photoshop open, you can go File, Open, and then browse your computer for open it that way as well. You'll need to make sure you see your layers over here on the right. If you don't see your layers panel, then just come up to Window in the top menu. Make sure you've got layers checked, and you can uncheck anything from 3D to version history. You'll notice my actions panel is out here as well, and we can minimize or expand it by clicking these little tiny arrows right here. Okay, now your actions will look totally different to mine, so don't worry about that, but you will have one that says Designs for POD Actions, and then you'll have your volume or volumes of actions here as well. Okay, so when you open this artwork 2800 by 32 artwork folder, you may have an exclamation mark here as well, which is telling you don't have the font installed. Don't worry about that, just click the I there and it will switch that off. It's just a placeholder there, so you haven't got to worry about that at all. Next thing we're going to do is grab a design. So let me grab a design. Let's just grab this one. Okay, so you grab any design, drag and drop it onto your canvas. It will be in free transform, which means you get these square handles or square blocks here. You can grab these and you can resize it if needed. Now this one's pretty good. Some of your designs you're going to have transparency around the outside, so just make sure you fill the canvas area, and the canvas area is the highlighted checked rectangle here. So fill that up as much as you can, press return or enter when you're happy and your design is placed. Now before I actually run these actions, I've made this one a little bit more juicy or a little bit more complicated, depending on what you want to, how you want to look at it. If I just go and have a look into published mockups here, what it does, it makes you 12 scenes here of just plain, minimalist mockups like that. Okay. What it also does is makes you it takes these 12 images, so we've also got 12 that have a banner on it. Okay, so we can control the color of the banner, the font on the banner and stuff, which I'll show you how to do in a minute. But if it's too complicated for you, don't worry about it. It's going to produce what you can see on my screen here. So it will have an orange banner and it will say available in 11 and 15 ounce. Feel free to use these or don't use them. It's entirely up to you. If you just want to take the straight mockups, you can take the straight mockups. Make your own banner if you want to. So what I'm going to show you before I run the actions is how we can customize the banner. We've got to be careful of a few things. So to customize our banner, we need to go into Mockup PSDs, and we need to go into the 11 and 15 ounce white mugs volume PSDs, and here we have a PSD called Banner PSD. Okay, now what I recommend we do is right click and copy and paste that there, right? So we now have a duplicate of this PSD called Banner Copy. We're going to leave that there as a backup just in case we mess it up, okay? Because if we mess something up, then we could break the actions and the actions won't work. So worst case scenario, if we mess it up, we just delete the one we've been working on, we get our copy one, we rename it back to banner, and then we're set back to where we started. Okay, so this is just kind of a little backup. I know from experience that people will do different things to what I say to do with the actions and stuff. Okay, and with actions, if you if things change, then it breaks the action. Okay, so we just make a little backup there. That's just a little safeguard to save you reinstalling everything. So what I'm going to do is double click, open this banner PSD. So if we do ever edit anything with actions, basically what actions are is a list of commands. So Photoshop is saying go and look in this folder for this PSD, open this PSD, then go and find this image named, you know, art, place this image here, or look for the layer named whatever, place it here. So if we change anything over here with our layers, any words, any names, if we switch any on or off, we got to look to see which one's highlighted. Then if we change anything, it confuses Photoshop and breaks our action. Okay, so in this case, I've tried to make it as simple as possible. In this case, when we open this PSD, really the main thing we got to remember is background is highlighted. Okay, so you can screenshot this if you want, so you remember. I mean, it is pretty straightforward once you've done it a couple of times. Just make sure you got background highlighted down here. Okay, so what can we control on this banner? We can control the color of this banner down here. So we got this orange color, and to do that, this layer here, banner color, we double click the color thumbnail or square there, and then we can use this slider. We can move stuff around. You can change it to whatever color you want, so you can match it to things on your store, whatever you want. I'm just going to cancel that a second. We've got our text layer here. So if you highlight the text layer, if we want to change this text, we select our text tool from on the left, and then we put our cursor in. We can highlight all of the text here, and we can change the color by clicking this colored thumbnail at the top. So we can change the color again by using this color picker. We can change the font up here where it says Anton. We can use this drop down, and everybody's fonts will be different. The fonts that appear in this drop down menu are fonts that you've got installed on your computer. A great place to go and look for fonts is Font Squirrel or the Fonts or Google Fonts. Okay, so if you want to add more fonts to your computer, go and have a look in those places. They're good places. So we can run down the fonts. It gives you a little preview as we run down. I'm just going to hit that one. So we change the font. We can completely change the words here. So we can put choose 11 or 15 ounce on sale now. Okay, so we've changed up that, changed the text color. This layer here, your logo or image here, this is a smart layer, and you always want to leave this eye icon on here whether you're using it or not. If we double click in here, I've put some placeholder graphics in for you. So you've got wow sale, bestseller, 50% off, big sale, best quality, best price. Now you can switch these on, hit close up here and hit save. Okay, and you can see it now shows itself here. Now if you don't want that on, remember, don't switch that icon off there. Double click, switch everything off inside and close it and save it. Remember what I was saying, this will confuse your actions. Okay, so let's go back in and switch it on. Now here you could put a logo. You could let me get my logo. Just grab a logo quickly. Favicon. Okay, let's go back in here. Okay, maybe this is your logo coming in here. I'm just going to drag and drop it in just like we did before. Now it's only a tiny image, but you can drag it, fill the canvas there, hit close and hit save. Okay, then you've got your logo in there. Okay, now I'm just going to pop out and remove that. Let's put this one back on and hit close. Now you could also, if you wanted to, you could put a bit of text in there. So let's go on sale. I'm going to highlight all this text. I'm going to hover over these two T's and reduce the text size right down so it fits. I'm going to use the move tool, drag it into position there, and then just close it. Now I'm not going to use this text, I'm just showing you that you can put a bit of text in there as well. Okay, so let's pop back in there and delete that, put this one back on, hit close, hit save. Okay, Now we can also, if we want to, with this layer highlighted, press Command T on Mac or Control T on Windows, and we can resize this. If you wanted to, you can stick it over here, you can move it around, whatever you want to do. I'm just going to leave it back over here, but that's just so you know you can do that. Press return or enter and it's positioned. What I'm going to do is just double click on these colors, and I'm going to match the banner to this kind of purpley color like that, just so we've got some matching colors. Click OK. Then I'm going to go back to my text layer, select my text tool, highlight this text, and just change it to white, just so we got some nice matching stuff. Okay, so I've made the customizations to this banner. So a quick recap: we can control this image here. We can resize it and move it around by highlighting the layer and pressing Command T or Control T. If we want to switch it off, we do not use this eye icon, but we go inside and make sure everything's switched off inside. Inside here we can add logos, graphics and text if we want to. Once we added it in there, we press the X up here and hit save, and it's in. We can control the text by highlighting the text layer, making sure our text tool is selected. We can highlight all the text. We can change the color by clicking this up here. We can change the font by using this drop down menu here. And also we can change the size if we wanted to change the size by hovering over these two T's and dragging left and right. Okay, we can change the banner color by double clicking this color box here and using the color palette here, or we can even move our cursor off and pick a color from on here if we wanted to. Okay, now when we close the PSD, we needed to remember that the background layer was highlighted. I've forgotten to do this myself and it messes up the action. They do still run, but the banner goes all funny. So really important, make sure you got that background layer selected. Once you've made your customizations, hit close and hit save. Okay, so now we're going to run the action, and God willing it's going to work. So we're going to highlight our 2800 by 32 save art, hold down shift or command if you've got lots of action sets down here. Hold command and pick the ones you want. Okay, highlight them and then come down to the bottom and hit the play button. So let's go and have a look in our main folder, in the published mockups folder, 11 and 15 ounce. So we can see it's beginning to run. I'm just gonna have to give it a minute to catch up. For some reason when I'm screen recording it slows it down a little. It's choking up my computer a bit. So hopefully it's going to hurry up. Number 6, number 7. So again, just remember, if that editing that banner PSD was a little bit too much for you, don't even worry about it, because I did it like an almost, I don't know, didn't get the exact Etsy hex code, but I got like an Etsy orange there, so it kind of will match on Etsy, and it will say available in 11 and 15 ounce. So at the bare bones minimum, you don't need to edit that banner, okay? But it's pretty cool. As you can see, they're coming through right now. And now we've got our own banner. So you can customize your banner, you can add your own logo in, you can really make these mock-ups your own, so they don't look like everybody else's. Not that many people have my mock-ups, but this is just a level of customization that you can do. Now with this design, what I would probably do would actually, I'd look at this after I ran it and I'd probably get these colors here and I'd match up my banner with the design, but that's just a thought. So nice and easy, and I think that's it. Yeah, okay, so have fun and I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks guys, bye for now.